Hello, welcome to That's Not How This Starts. This is Quack&Co. There's no hello at the entrance of this, and this is the channel where everything is 10 minutes or less guaranteed. I'm Jesse Anderson from Quack&Co. This is going to be, how do I introduce you to? This is going to be West from a wine factory.
Something like that, yeah.
And Max from
Cleveland?
Something along those lines. These are two guys that are hanging out with me. We've been playing games, recording some videos, and this is the first time you're seeing them actually in front of the camera. So, tell him he's handsome, tell him he's charming, and tell me I need to shave. Either way, 10 minutes or less, this is going to be best and worst, highs and lows of Lost Ruins of Arnak, and we do have the expansion here, just in case you all want to incorporate that into your review, but it's not necessarily going to be the foundation point.
Okay.
So, you've played 2 times. You've played base game and expansion. I've played base game multiple times, expansion for the first time right now, and you are a massive fan of the base game. You play nearly every week. You have everything deluxeified. So I want to start with you.
Okay.
What's your best when it comes to Lost Ruins of Arnak? Expansion, non-expansion, either one.
Lost Ruins of Arnak with the expansion is the fact that the engine starts very quickly, and it makes a lot of sense, and the game starts really fast and has a lot of fun. The pacing is fantastic. You do a ton. It doesn't feel slow like the base game does to me.
Okay. Best.
Accessibility. That's what I think. Like, it's for... I don't know if we can call it Euro, but
it's on the edge.
It's like workman placement, deck building game. It's really accessible. Like, it's really easy to teach.
Yeah.
It's not too complex, but it's not easy game. So, like, I think it's a good balance here.
For me, it's going to be the fact that the Lost Ruins of Arnak almost always strikes the perfect balance of wanting to have more actions to spend and running out of time to use those actions. I usually feel just undersatisfied by the end of the game, and that's perfect for a worker placement Euro, for a deck building style system. It means I want to revisit it and dive back in, get a new card, spend a resource, really fine tune my pathway. You never quite feel satisfied, but in the most satisfying way. And I really like that about this game. Swinging over to the worst.
You know, this game is really good. There's not a whole lot of worse about it. The main frustration for me is that I'd like to see more variety in the in these cards, whatever you call them, these lock key cards. I'd like to see more variety in those that give you extra items, especially rubies.
I can just agree for the complaint about like your companions. It's for the balance of the game. Like, you don't feel that you need to get them out, but they might be essential for the game. So I would love to see more integration with them.
So for both of you, the worst element is going to be a little bit of lack of variety or a lack of integration with the exploration tiles and the companion tiles that we have here.
Yep.
For me, the worst is going to be the base game.
That's a great answer.
The worst is, honestly, at this point, now that this expansion is out, we've sat down to play it, we've all agreed across the board, there's no turning back. There's no going back to what the original game was. I actually think the original game goes down in, like, my 1 to 5 scale, if I was going to rate it, purely for the fact that the expansion exists. So, like, if the original was, like, a 3... And for our scales, a 3 is a very solid game. We're happy to play if someone asks.
Right.
I think the expansion goes up to about a 3.8, maybe a 4, where it's a game I'm actually going to invite to play. I'm interested and excited to table again. And the base game drops to like a 2.5, a game I actually might say I'm too busy or I'd rather do something else if someone asked me to play it.
You know, it feels like that was supposed to be a base game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like it's now the product that
it's complete.
Should have been. And there's more things I'd like to see, but I don't know that there's a lot of things I would have liked to ask for. And with the base game, it was on the chopping block for me because there was a lot of things I still kind of wanted to ask for. So hats off, honestly, to CGE. They've created a base game that attracted so many people to our hobby, rose up the ranks of BGG in the top 100 now, and now they've updated it so that people who have lived with it for the better course of the last year are going to be thrilled with the expansion.
Absolutely.
That's my take. Worst thing about it is going to be the base game. Best thing about it is going to be the fact that it never quite leaves me satisfied, and I love that in a good, tight Euro-style game. For your guys, it's going to be components, and the best thing's going to be...
The expansion.
Correct. Expansion.
Cool. Interesting. Thank you for watching. This has been Quack&Co. I'm going to hang up now.